It's Wednesday, July 30th. In the headlines, the Agriculture Ministry partners with the National Housing Trust to give farmers access to land, and PBCJ launches new exhibition commemorating Jamaica's leaders. In business news, Development Bank backs the Denby Show. Regionally, Trinidad and Tobago and Panama reaffirm diplomatic ties. And in sports, in Trinidad and Tobago, Sport Company and UTC promotes financial health for athletes. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining has partnered with the National Housing Trust, NHT, to give farmers access to acres of land for farming. Let's hear more about this exciting venture from the Jamaica Information Service.
Under that MOU, we have gotten land in Dundee, Trelawney, Park Buckle Wharf in Hanover, and Dundee is 300 acres, Hanover is 119 acres, Alligator Pond 30 acres, Unity in St. Mary 698 acres.
Unused government-owned land is also being handed over for agricultural use.
We have gone to the NLA and we have said where we see lands that are government-owned, that are being occupied by farmers, let us manage it. Under that project, we have gotten Harmony Hall in St. Anne, 1,600 acres, and we have already regularized 55 farmers who now have leases to work on that land. We have also gotten some land in Portland, New Pen in St. Mary, 850 acres. We have received about 3,000 acres under these programs. But we're also expanding our agri-parks.
Jamaica is ramping up its agri-park network to drive production and job creation. The Parnassus Agri-Park in Clarendon has opened, with leases already granted to youth, women and long-time land users. The Litford Agri-Park in St. Anne is to be a 670-acre climate-smart space designed for small and medium farmers.
This agri-park will be served as a model for sustainable agribusiness, employing climate-smart practices, as well as medium and small farmers. One of the things that we have earmarked as a ministry is that we want to ensure that every parish has an agri-park.
To inspire a new generation of farmers, the ministry has launched the Agri-Park Youth Startup Program.
Youth lease rates for our new agri-parks will be cut in half for the first 2 years of operation. Additionally, regular persons have to show 70% of their capital investment. For youth under this program, they will only be called upon to show 35% of the capital investment to be able to start. But it gets better. For the first year of operation, we will provide the youth under this program with free land preparation for up to 2 acres. And we will give them free seeds. We are securing the future of fisheries.
To drive production in fisheries, a 200-acre aquaculture park in Mitchelltown, Clarendon will soon become the Caribbean's aquaculture training center. The focus: tilapia, sea moss, and oysters.
We're going to be training the rest of the region right here in Jamaica in aquaculture.
From idle lands to empowered farmers, from sea to soil, Jamaica's agricultural revolution is in motion.
Customers in Trenchtown section of Slipe Road and surrounding areas in Kingston are advised that their water supply will be temporarily disrupted from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, July 30. According to the National Water Commission, this disruption is to facilitate urgent leak repairs along Slipe Road. Customers in the affected areas are encouraged to store water for use during the disruption period. Areas to be affected include Trenchtown, sections of Slipe Road, Rima, and environs. The NWC apologizes for any inconvenience caused and appreciates the patience and understanding of its valued customers. The Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, PBCJ, has launched a new mini-exhibition commemorating Jamaica's leaders since the island gained independence. Celebrating the nation's political history, the exhibition features memorabilia submitted by the 9 prime ministers and their family or representatives. The exhibition offers a glimpse into Jamaica's journey through the years, highlighting the contributions of its leaders from independence to present day. The mini-exhibition runs from July 30th to August 9th, 2025. It will be open daily to the public between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. The national finals of the 2025 Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition will be held on Saturday, August 2 at the Independence Village at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston starting 8:30 p.m. Some 13 young women will be vying for the crown. The competition is held annually by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport through the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC. Festival Queen Chairperson Gannett Sinclair says the competition has been a resounding success this year. She notes that increasing the age limit for contestants this year has been a welcome change across the competition. She says adjusting the rules to include females over 25, the previous rule allowed entrants between 18 to 25, and now it has been extended to the age of 30. She notes that the final show will see the ladies embodying the theme of this year, the Jamaican woman, proud and bold. She further highlighted the significance and relevance of the competition to helping to keep aspects of Jamaican culture alive. The coronation show is free to the public, but persons must secure their tickets for admission. Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Notable companies on the Jamaica Stock Exchange have declared their intention to pay dividends to shareholders. Carreras Limited has advised that the board of directors at a meeting scheduled for August 12, 2025 will consider an interim dividend payment to shareholders. Massey Holdings Limited has advised that the board of directors at a meeting scheduled for August 7, 2025 will consider an interim dividend payment to shareholders. Blue Power Group Limited has advised that its board of directors at a meeting scheduled for August 8, 2025 will consider an interim dividend payment to shareholders. A.S. Bryden and Sons Holding Limited has declared a dividend of US 0.15 cents per share payable on August 15, 2025 to preference shareholders on record as at August 13, 2025. The Development Bank of Jamaica says it will be participating in the 71st staging of the Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show. As part of its involvement, the bank will be showcasing a range of financial solutions and business support services aimed at agro-processors and agro-entrepreneurs. The DBJ says modernizing the agricultural sector is a cornerstone of national development. The sector currently employs about 250,000 people directly and nearly 450,000 when agro-processing is included. It also contributes approximately 9% to Jamaica's gross domestic product. For the trading period ending July 29, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Online educational provider One-on-One Educational Services Limited with 5,112,985 units traded, representing 17.73% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 3,520,074 units traded, representing 12.21% of market sales volume. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited with 2,475,146 units traded, representing 8.58% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On July 29, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $36.38 million purchased and US $52.40 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $2.11 per dollar, selling the US at $161.33 and buying the US at $159.22. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $3.43 per transaction, with selling at $118.17 and buying at $114.74. The British pound yielded Forex traders $7.34 in profits, with selling at $216.18 and buying at $208.84. For our credit report tip of the day, if mental health challenges set your finances back, you're not alone and you're not stuck. Whether it was burnout, depression, anxiety, grief, or survival mode, it's time to shift from crisis to correction. Credit doesn't care what you've been through, but your recovery plan should. Rebuilding your credit is not just possible, it's powerful. And you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start. One action at a time. One small win at a time. Here's some ideas. Create a simple monthly budget aligned with your energy level. Separate needs from wants temporarily and reduce temptation. You can pause impulse spending by using a 24-hour wait before spend rule. When you're building something from nothing and you're moving from recovery to resilience in your financial life, it's time to stop waiting and start pitching. If you're a professional woman over 45 and you're serious about moving from financial recovery to financial resilience, you can't afford to stay silent about your value. Whether you're rebuilding after a setback, launching something new, or leveling up your income, your ability to clearly and confidently ask for support will determine how fast you rise. Your next investor, client, or collaborator is out there, but they need to hear your pitch. Let's get you ready. So here are some ideas. Ask for introductions, not just money. Start with, here's the problem I help solve. And finally, make your first line about what someone gains, not what you need. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, As the Caribbean confronts increasingly complex regional and global challenges, Trinidad and Tobago and Panama are reaffirming their commitment to diplomatic collaboration and shared development goals. Speaking at the Association of Caribbean States' 31st anniversary reception, officials from both nations emphasized the enduring importance of regional unity, with a new bilateral agreement paving the way for deeper cooperation in areas such as trade, tourism, and digital transformation. TTT's Jason John has this report.
As regional challenges grow more complex, Caribbean nations are turning to diplomacy and cooperation for shared solutions. On Monday, Trinidad and Tobago and Panama highlighted the importance of unity and their long-standing partnership. At the Association of Caribbean States' 31st anniversary reception, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Erica Jokes Fortune, noted that despite shifting global dynamics, the ACS remains a vital platform for advancing regional collaboration in key development areas.
There has been also concentrated efforts to treat with the plight of sargassum, increase transport connectivity, develop sustainable tourism initiatives, encourage digital transformation, as well as boost market access for trade and investment cooperation across borders.
Panama's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Chair of the ACS Ministerial Council, Javier Eduardo Martinez Asha Vasquez, emphasized that unity, resilience, and ambition are essential pillars for fostering a stable and successful geopolitical landscape. He underscored the need for the region to emerge as a beacon of cooperation rather than division.
Let us reaffirm our commitment to a Caribbean that works together not only out of necessity, but out of conviction, not only to survive, but to thrive. The time is now for bold cooperation, for regional unity, and for actions rooted in the values that define us.
Panama's ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, Diomedes Callis, highlighted the significance of this year's theme, celebrating the colors of the Greater Caribbean as a tribute to the region's vibrant diversity, rich cultural heritage, and enduring unity. He noted these colors symbolize the voices, traditions, and shared aspirations of Caribbean people.
For 31 years, the ACS has served as a bridge for cooperation, resilience, and regional progress. As we celebrate this milestone, let us also reaffirm our commitment to the future, vibrant, inclusive, and united.
Earlier, Trinidad and Tobago and Panama signed a memorandum of understanding marking the establishment of a bilateral political consultation mechanism and setting the stage for deeper cooperation in key areas between both countries.
Guyana and Colombia have taken a significant step toward deepening bilateral trade and investment ties with the formal signing of a memorandum of understanding between Go Invest Guyana and Pro Colombia. The agreement reflects ongoing efforts by both governments to strengthen commercial relations, promote private sector partnerships, and facilitate greater economic cooperation across Latin America. More details to come in this report.
We've been working with the Colombian government and the investors over the last year or two. We have seen companies from Colombia come into Guyana, set up operations. We are proud to know that there's a direct flight now from Colombia to Georgetown, makes it easier for travel. And we really look forward to the expertise that your private sector brings to Guyana. Our development, as I will talk about a little later, is moving at a rapid pace. And I believe as you get to learn our culture and our approach, you would know that government is very business friendly. We commit to the fact that the private sector is the engine of growth for our economy, and we look forward to partnerships with your companies and our private sector companies going forward. So I'm proud of this moment to be able to sign MOU with ProColombia, who's been a great friend of our office and the Caribbean as a whole, and we look forward to a long-term relationship.
The idea is to continue build this confidence between Colombia and Guyana. We have the expertise, they have a lot of needs, and I believe the best thing that we could do is to join up, make one common front, and advance as a whole. We know that Guyana is one of our brothers here in Latin America, and we have the historical depths to work with them hand by hand in order to advance as one continent as we are. So thank you very much for this opportunity, Mr. Ramsaru, and we are looking forward to continue build others areas that we could make exchange and build a strong platform.
I'm delighted that finally we can highlight the relationship formally with the signing of a memorandum of understanding between ProColombia and Go Invest Guyana.
Caribbean Greens have taken a bold step towards community empowerment, unveiling a new education support program for the children of its employees. At a recent company gathering, executives celebrated academic achievements while outlining a broader commitment to invest in the next generation. The initiative offers financial assistance and nutritional support to students at both the primary and secondary levels, underscoring the company's belief that long-term success begins with educational opportunity. More details to come in this report.
At a recent gathering, Caribbean Greens celebrated not just academic achievements, but also the dedication of its workforce. The focus was firmly on the future as the company unveiled a comprehensive support program for the children of its employees.
Today we come together not only to celebrate education, but also to honor you, our employees, and your children, who are the future leaders, innovators, and change makers in our society. We believe deeply in the power of education and literacy, and we want to ensure that your children have tools to thrive.
The commitment extends beyond primary education. The company has articulated plans to broaden its support in the coming year.
Next year, we would also be including children who are going to post-secondary school, that is A-level college. Education is one of the first and foremost pillars that we have to rely on as we get older. Also, we're trying to encourage children that to continue studying, and we'll always be there to help.
Financial assistance forms a significant part of the initiative. Primary and secondary school students are eligible for hundreds of dollars in support. But the company's foresight recognizes that educational preparation extends beyond textbooks.
Primary school students will be receiving up to $300 EC dollars per academic year, and secondary school students will be receiving up to $700 per academic year. In that we understand that preparing a child for school goes beyond just school books. So it includes providing nutrition and support. They need to focus and flourish. That's why we are also offering 25 pounds of flour and 5 pounds of semolina for each student household to assist with their daily meals. It is our way of easing one of the many responsibilities that come from raising a child. And that second gesture will be done on a term basis.
Such initiatives, though local in scale, highlight a growing trend among corporations to invest directly in community well-being. Joachim de Plessis, HTS News Force.
In sports, sustaining a healthy financial career as an athlete has always been a mantra promoted by the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago and the Unit Trust Corporation. This was evident when both companies collaborated to host a financial well-being workshop involving national athletes from various sporting disciplines at the National Cycling Center in Hoover on Tuesday. Here's more from Adrian Lazar.
Sport extends beyond the field, court, track or pool. It has evolved into a professional career and livelihood for many. However, financial literacy and guidance are areas in which not every athlete has expertise. This is why the Unit Trust Corporation and the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago invited athletes at the National Cycling Velodrome to participate in a financial well-being workshop. The workshop was open to athletes ranging from 16 to 34 years old, where they participated in 2 financial sessions. Among the athletes were members of the martial arts and cycling national teams. Even Olympic cyclist Kwesi Brown was in attendance to listen to a lecture from UTC's Investment Center manager, Dexter Brown, focusing on the applications that would secure their financial future. The workshop also facilitated any questions the athletes had about financial management. Also present at the event was Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, Philip Watts, who mentioned the importance of providing financial guidance to our athletes.
Are you putting the same energy into preparing for what comes after sport? Let us be real. This moves extremely fast. Remember the COVID pandemic? No games, no competition, no income. That was 5 years ago, yet it feels like it's just yesterday. An athlete who was 25 back then is now 30 and possibly looking at life after retirement. That is how quickly your prime years go by. And if you are not planning, they will pass before you even realize it.
Minister Watts reminded athletes that they should always plan for the unexpected.
Whether it is injury, retirement, or another global crisis, the truth is, life does not wait. And that's why financial literacy isn't just important, it is essential.
The minister reiterated his commitment to supporting athletes on and off the field. Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.